What up, y'all? I'm just gonna go over a few things that I feel like, Sony could do better. The things that they probably can focus on, because obviously they don't know what direction that they want to go in. They don't know if they want to go cloud gaming, subscription service. They don't know if they want to go VR. They don't know if they want to go movies. They don't know if they want to go tech, TVs, phones, cameras. They don't know if they want to focus on gaming. It's just too much going on, and it's so much mismanagement up there at Sony. They just don't know what to do. So we're just gonna go over a few things, a few bangers, a few AAA bangers. First of all, stop the remakes for a second. Give us give us some time to just take it all in and just calm down, let the smoke clear, because the remake is getting out of hand. Now you're making other studios and game developers get more and more greedier. Every week we hear a new announcement, somebody else want to remake something else. It's getting out of hand. Like, it's getting to the point where they're getting lazy. They don't want to be creative anymore. Like, they just want to cash grab. And whenever that well has ran dry on PS5 and they pretty much milked that game for everything it got, the remake, then they're gonna send it to PC, then double dip and milk it some more. So, like, okay, we got to get to the point where we're getting back on track, And they have all these AAA bangers. We got God of War to look forward to, Spider-Man 2 to look forward to. We got Wolverine to look forward to on PS5. Now, they don't want to compete with Game Pass now. They don't want to compete with Game Pass because they're too busy being greedy, grimy, shady, low down, doing backdoor deals, exclusive deals behind Xbox back. But nobody wants to talk about that. It's okay if they steal Spider-Man away from Xbox, but they don't want Xbox to compete with Call of Duty and take Xbox. They don't want Xbox to take Call of Duty away. But we got to kind of get past that right there. That feud, that fight there is something else. So we have to separate the two. Of course, they don't want to lose Call of Duty. But if you are going to lose Call of Duty, what other first-person FPS shooter that you can bring back to pretty much PS5? And of course, it's going to probably be cross-gen. It's probably going to be on PS4 for the next few years because they don't really want to leave 100 million plus people behind. That's too much money to leave behind. And they don't want to go cloud gaming fully. They don't want to tackle cloud gaming full on right now. So what can they do? What can they do to pretty much keep their fan base interested in PS5? Keep people hungry, because the well is running dry really fast. It's like they have a bust pipe and it's leaking right now. And all of the fan base is pouring over to Xbox ecosystem, to Game Pass ecosystem, due to the fact that they're not being creative. They're holding out, content from releasing to us. Now all we're getting is bad stuff. And if they do sprinkle some good stuff in, they follow it behind some bad news. So we can't get hype. We can't turn up. We can't have a party just about, all the good information that they just delivered us. Like, okay, we're gonna have VR. That's gonna be cool. To me, that is gonna be one of the coolest things ever. But then you come behind that and then you say you're gonna charge people for the PlayStation stars so that they can talk to customer service. Like, where do they do that at? That's some bull crap. Like, for real, man. That's some shady bull crap. Like, I just don't understand, bro, how we're gonna move forward. How every time the brand PlayStation tries to move forward 2 steps, Sony, the company, pulls them back 1 step. Like, it's like they can't win right now. So like I say, we already got AAA bangers out. They already got Spider-Man remaster on PC done came out. The fanboys went crazy because they didn't want that to happen, but we all kind of seen that coming. Did we or did we not? We all kind of knew the direction that they wanted to go in without having to drop that $70 price tag. So they have a paywall behind everything already that you have to do on Sony because of their own brand. So of course, if that's your own brand right there, of course you're going to find every way to milk the system, but they kind of going overboard with it. Sony is going way overboard with the greed and the griminess. It's like, come on, bro, what do we got to do to get you to understand that we want value? The value that Xbox is bringing with Game Pass, bro, is pretty much going to be untouchable come 2023 and the future. The future is very bright for Xbox right now. Sony, it's like they're struggling day in, day out to come up with stuff to be clever. And it's some cool ideas, but I don't think it's great ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're waiting to hear that punchline. You're waiting to hear Jim Ryan come out and make an announcement that's just going to wow you, to make you forget about all of the crying, all of the lying, all of they just letting the fan base down right now. Like, I done heard so many content creators, bloggers, vloggers, all over Twitter, the media, I'm talking about, is going nuts over this. Like, it don't seem like it's gonna stop anytime soon. It's like we're just gonna fall into this trap or into this toxic bubble with Sony, because it's like nobody's stopping the bleeding. It's like you got the fanboys defending everything Jim Ryan announces, everything he does, but nobody's backing it up. That's why the only people that are trying to get everything in order right now to stop the bleeding is the content creators. They are the only ones standing up for the gaming community. Like, nobody, no big CEOs, no billion-dollar corporate, nobody is stepping in the middle and saying, hey, let's just stop the fighting. All right, just stop. Just let's work on the deal. Let's see how we can come together as a gaming community and fix this and get back to gaming like the old days. Remember the 90s and to the early 2000s, how fun gaming was? We need a big corporation, a big billionaire, trillionaire to step in the middle and say, hey, what are we gonna do here? Are we gonna just continue to let the gaming community just fall into the pitfall, into a crash and burn? Because obviously Sony don't know the direction that they want to go in. They're trying to make all of the AAA bangers into movies and TV shows, not even focusing on bringing out sequels and part 3s to games that we've been begging for. And I will continue to beg, because that's why you have us. See, I'm the middleman, you know, I'm the delivery man. You know, I just get the information and I just deliver it to you guys. That's all I do. You know what I'm saying? But it's not enough of me. You know, it's not, I can only do so much. I can only try to deliver the message in a way that people can understand and they can accept it and not really take it and get offended by it and try to, you know, contradict or try to make it seem like like trying to knock Sony. And it's not about knocking them. Only thing I want to do is see them do better. I love PlayStation. I don't have nothing against PlayStation purposely. Like I don't have anything against PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? The thing I don't like is how Sony is running the company. And some people, they may get that mixed up. They may say, oh, you seem like you're more for Xbox. I like them all the same. I like PC. I like Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Game Pass. I like Nintendo. I like mobile. I like PlayStation. I'm a gamer. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of all of their work, all of their art. I'm amazed by all the great things that they bring to the gaming community. You know what I'm saying? The gaming creators, the content creators, the designers, the arts, everything that comes with gaming, I'm amazed by it. Even the console war, it just amazes me that, you know what I'm saying, even though we have two sides fighting, they still bring something very special to the table that I really, really like. You know, Sony, for example, the king of single player story driven games, adventure role-playing games. Xbox, the king of multiplayer like type games, RPGs. Like, that's what they do. They're the king of multiplayer. So both of them have something very great that they do, and that's what a lot of people forget. See, the blue team PlayStation, good at those story-driven, single-player experience games, third-person experience games. Xbox, good at multiplayer games. Xbox Live. That's why Xbox Live is always so turned up. Because that's what they do. That's why Call of Duty fits Xbox so good. It's just, that's where it actually started at. Call of Duty blew up on Xbox. And it took off from there. You know? And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, don't want to give Xbox their props. You know, they're going to brush it over. Yeah, it's a, you know, pretty much a multi-plat. It's on everything. But at the same time, man, we gotta understand, we are different. This is a different generation, different competition. Other people are trying to come into the gaming industry that consoles have died, like Stadia, and other people. They try to get into and they see how hard it can be and how much money they have to spend to compete. They don't want to put up those funds. They don't want to put up that bag. But see, some of those Decepticons out there don't understand that you still have to listen to your fan base out here in these gaming streets, because it gets real. It gets real. Sony have been at the top for so long, bro. They've been at the top for so long, bro. Till it gets to the point where they get so cocky and arrogant and they lose touch with the fan base. And you never, if you ever decide you want to bring out a business, a corporation, or even if you want to be a game developer or designer, get into gaming, don't ever lose touch with your fan base and the people that you started with, that loves you, that believes in you and your passion and your gifts and all of your goals that you're trying to achieve and all your benchmarks. Do not forget those people, because now look, this is what happens when you ignore your fan base and everybody's putting these polls up like, what game do you want to see come back? What direction do you feel like Sony should get back to? Should we get back to that PS3, PS4, in the middle of PS3 and PS4 era when PS3 picked up? Should we go back to those days, PS2, or what? Because obviously this move here ain't working. You got Jim Ryan trying to block deals, do blocking rights, instead of worrying about how can we get Sony back on track. You don't want to listen to us when we say, hey man, you really need to consider, you know, doing something about PlayStation Plus premium subscription service cloud gaming, because that's the new direction that the industry is going in. And we hit a roadblock. They was like, no, we don't want to focus on that right now. We got like better things to do than worry about what the gaming community is asking for. Oh, you don't want to remake Resistant. You don't want to remake SOCOM. You don't want to remake Killzone first person shooters to go up against Call of Duty. No, we got better things to do. Man, those Decepticons don't care about us, man, over there at Sony. And I'm trying to accept it, but something in me says, no, I still got a little more fight left. I know that eventually that we're going to get word to the front office at Sony, and they're going to have to eventually listen to us. They're going to have to eventually listen to us. Because if Uncle Phil and Xbox keep moving how fast they're growing, how many people they are over there in Japan doing exclusive deals, have all those Japanese RPGs. It's 1.6 billion gamers over there, and half of them are considering moving over to Xbox. 500,000 of them, because of the shady deals that Sony did and turned their back on their own gaming community over there. It's just sickening. You raise the price in every country except the US. But now Jim Ryan wants to fly around all these countries. He wants them to have his back and back him up on trying to block the Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal. And these other countries are like, no, because you didn't have no mercy on us when you decided you wanted to raise the price on the PS5. When you decide you didn't want to ask the regulators. Nobody had to ask the regulators then, right? See, Sony can get away with murder. Like, they just can get away with anything. You didn't see. Now, they didn't think that would affect gaming. Like, but the Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal is going to affect gaming. So you mean to tell me raising the price an extra $100 an extra $50 to $100 in different countries. That's not going to hurt the gaming community. But Call of Duty, a multi-plat game is going to hurt the gaming community. Now you see how delusional these guys are? You stole away Spider-Man, nobody said anything. You ain't no regulators had to get in contact with Marvel. Xbox ain't have to go out of their way to try to block that from Marvel making that game exclusive to just one plastic box, so you can lock everybody into that and brainwash them with the AAA bangers, because you already know you had a good recipe. The story-driven games, nobody else can do it like Sony. They had the best studios, they have done their homework. They aced it every single time. I ain't found too many single-player story-driven games over there on Sony that I don't like. Most of them I give them an A+. But now over here on the green team, now that Uncle Phil is competing with Game Pass, it's a whole different ball game now. Cause come 2023, it's about to be some home runs over there, and they know what are we really looking forward to next year? Cause now everybody's about to start saying PS5 ain't got no games, and that's going to be sickening to the ponies out there. Do you really believe those fanboys are going to be able to sell PS5 ain't got no games? Just maybe one and a half, maybe, and they may bring out an unfinished game or a remake game, remastered, should I say? So-called built ground up again. Like, you can pick out things that you can be like, I don't know if this was a rebuilt game. Now the cutscenes, yeah, but the actual gameplay, I don't feel like that was rebuilt for The Last of Us. I don't know. A few other people are kind of arguing that too. They don't really see a big difference in the actual gameplay, but the cutscenes, yes, amazing. I give it a 10 out of 10. But the gameplay was fun. I'm talking about the way the graphics look when you're actually playing the game. It looks different from the cutscenes, even in photo mode. So I don't know. I mean, that's an argument, for another day. But the other thing about cross, this is what this would kind of confuse me too with the whole cross-gen thing, because Forspoken, right, was it's supposed to just come on PS5 and PC, but now that they're going back into cross-gen, will they release it on PS4 soon? I don't know, because we have so many games coming down the pipeline, and then they're saying they're going back to cross-gen. They're going to continue to keep cross-gen for a little while, but we don't know. They're going to continue to keep it for a while, because I remember I go back and I was kind of throwing a rant about Forspoken. Like, how are you going to just leave 100 million plus PS4 people behind, and it's not enough PS5s to go around? Now you got some people argue with that. Oh yeah, if you want a PS5, you can go out your way and get it. But now they raised the price. So what if my pockets aren't good enough to afford it now? And I had just enough. I was making just enough to go get the PS5. I was just about to go get it next week. But now they raised the price. Now it sets me back another 3-4 months before I can get it. And the one that I was looking at, somebody already bought it. Maybe I wanted to get a bundle. Maybe I wanted to get a deal. I don't know, man. It's just it's a real tough time right now for PS5, and I just don't know what they're going to do about the chip shortage. When are we going to start seeing PS5s in Walmart, Best Buy, Target, everywhere? When are we going to start to see that? Besides, you had to go online and order one, and all of these scalpers and bots you got to go up against. But going into the future of next year, 2023, man, I don't see that many games coming down, like first party games coming from Sony's side, like that they really can brag on, except Spider-Man, because I think they're gonna push Wolverine back. They're talking about remaking. Oh my goodness, how are you gonna remake Zero Dawn already? That game is already beautiful. Like, what are you gonna do? If this is real now, I seen that they said that it was a few big people touched on the game and they said it was happening. They're gonna enhance it to pretty much PS5 graphics and they're gonna add multiplayer to it. Now, is that something that we asked for, or is that something that they're forcing down our throat for a cash grab? I don't know. We'll have to see later, man. I don't know. That was just a topic. That's just something that came across my mind earlier. Like, what can Sony do to get us excited? You know, to turn us up about the future for PS5, because, man, look, it's looking shaky, bro. And I'm going around all these blogs and vlogs and media and just gathering all this information because, like I said before, I'm just a middleman, you know. But I'm not hearing nobody really say nothing big besides Spider-Man and Wolverine. Ain't no huge announcements in VR too. But I don't really see a lot of people really getting too turned up for that. I mean, it is a large amount, but I don't know how good that's gonna do. So do we keep going down the same road with Sony that's coming down the pipeline? Like that Skull and Bones. Like, some of these games are multi-plat, some of them are exclusive. But you know, you got that Skull and Bones, you know, that's on the way. You got that Like a Dragon. You got, of course, the Harry Potter with exclusive deals. See, these are the things that the fans have been talking about. They're getting away with making all these exclusive DLCs that's coming out too. That's another thing to me that is upsetting the Xbox gaming community, because they're still allowing them to do exclusive deals, but they're trying to block the whole entire Call of Duty Activision deal, just like they do exclusive deals with Spider-Man. It's just crazy to lock something down to a plastic box when you're saying that you want to make more money. That it just don't make sense to me. And I remember speaking on this before, that these studios that does these little backdoor exclusive deals with Sony, I felt like Xbox and Uncle Phil should start cutting them off. If you want to do these little nasty, little grimy, little backdoor deals, okay, next time you want a favor from us, or you want to bring a game over here to Xbox to make some more millions, we should just say no. We should cut them off. We'll go to somebody else that won't do exclusive deals behind our back, because I feel like that's grimy and shady. That's just me personally. That's just how I feel. I probably can't speak for everybody, but don't lock an exclusive DLC pack like a big AAA banger like Harry Potter. You're locking down people's favorite characters and actors and stuff like that down to one plastic box when you don't even have enough PS5s to even go around right now. You know, and that's just how I touched on that story before, man. That's just how I felt about it. I don't like them locking down stuff. It's just irritating. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear we got the same game, and you got somebody over here on Xbox got the same game and somebody on PS5, and the PS5 person is say, hey, do you got this feature? And they're over there bragging, and you're looking like, why we don't got this feature? And you know who I have to blame for that? I have to blame the studios, the gaming creators, the one that allowed that, the one that did the little backdoor grimy, greedy deal. That's just BS, man. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. You know, and these are big AAA bangers that everybody can enjoy together, especially if it's a multiplayer mode on there. Then you got that banger coming, that Dead Space. So you guys, I think you guys can go get your pre-orders out on that right now, man, because I know Dead Space have been a game that I've been having my eye on for a little minute. And then when I seen that remake about to drop, kind of surprised me, because I was on a PC the other day on was it Epic Store or something like that, and it was like, oh, you can go ahead and get that pre-order in. So if you guys want to touch on that, you know, these are just some things that's coming down the pipeline for PS5, because 2023 it ain't looking too bright for PS5. They only got Spider-Man 2 to look forward to, if that even drops. Now that Forspoken looks dope. Now I'm impressed with this game, but like before, man, I was kind of upset I was kind of upset. I was kind of in my feelings about the whole thing about them leaving the PS4 people behind, because like I said before, I'm for the gamers. I'm not about hurting gamers. I'm just here to stand up for what's right, because like I said before, I'm just the messenger to deliver you guys the message. I'm the scavenger. I just go out there and scavenge all the information I can and just bring it back to the channel. You know, that's what I do. But yeah, for Spoken, I didn't feel like that game should have been an exclusive to PC and PS5. Because to me, if you're trying to be the best you can be in a developer right now, and especially the state that they're in, if they're doing remakes and remasters, why wouldn't it come to PS4? You have people like casual gamers. Some people don't like to move on that fast. They're not early adopters. They may be like almost in the middle, deep in the middle of the generation before they even decide to upgrade. You can't force me to go get a PS5 for one game, and you bringing God of War to PS4. Like, what? Make it make sense, bro. That's what I'm talking, man. This is some freaking bull crap. Like, I don't understand how you can bring God of War. It can run clearly for Spoken. We all can agree for Spoken will not look better than God of War. I refuse to believe that. And you mean to tell me it couldn't come to PS4? Mix me with that nonsense. Man, come on, man. Final Fantasy, another AAA banger that Square Enix, you have been on thin ice with me, because your little exclusive deals that you've been doing, I've been giving them a break. I've been giving Square Enix a break because I really, really like them. I gave them a break with Avengers. I didn't roast Avengers. I didn't like the storyline with the whole Miss Marvel thing. I think that should have been Black Widow part. I don't feel like this person even deserved to be in an Avenger game. But you can't tell certain people's things, and they're just gonna go their own little way, merry little way. And that's why I think the game wasn't a hit, because they didn't deliver. Had all the best characters, but they didn't deliver. But back to Final Fantasy, all of the exclusive lockdown deals behind Xbox back, really not feeling that. Really not feeling that. Really not feeling the Resident Evil, all the remakes that they're coming out with, and they're doing all these little man, bro, I'm not feeling it, bro. I'm really not feeling these exclusive deals. Like, I'm really like on thin ice with Square Enix and some of these other studios out here. Evil West is a game you guys can get ready to jump into as well. That game, bro, is a multi-plat. Please consider checking this game out. Go look at the trailers, go whatever. This game looks awesome. It looks like a zombie type, monster type Western game. Man, that game it looks dope. And I probably will go over that game later, because I'm really interested in this game. I really want to try this game out. New Need for Speed on the way, by the way, y'all. If y'all want to jump off in that, that's something that's on the way. Multi-plat games, you know, this is something for the all the fans to jump into, man. This ain't really got too much to do with the fanboy, because a lot of people have been kind of complaining, and it's been a little shaky with PS5. They don't really know what they can turn up for in the future. The future of 2023 ain't looking too bright for PS5, because we are getting tired of this remake station, okay? Because that seems like that's all we're about to get. Now, the biggest boss of all bosses, that God of War Ragnarok, baby. You already know you can pre-order that. Signed, sealed, and delivered. It's going to be on PS4 and on PS5, and I think it's coming to PC. I don't know if it's going to be months later or a year or two later, but I think they already pretty much preparing that game. So if it releases day one, wow. If God of War, man, look, that will get us hyped. If God of War comes to PC maybe within a few months after it's released on PS5, that will get me hyped. That will get me turned up, for real. I'll be turned up about that game. Now, Sonic on the way. You guys can go ahead and get your pre-orders on that. I know it's a lot of Sega fans out there. I know always. Now this is crazy though, because this is good partnership though. I know I always talk about how Sony knocked Sega off. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s and the 90s and the 2000s, going into the 2000s, how Sony knocked them off. But this is a good partnership though, because they are a strong company. Sega is still going strong, man, after all these years, since the 90s. And now we got a new Sonic Frontier from the drop. So I think I'm gonna leave it right. Oh yeah. One more you might wanna pre-order is that Gotham Knights. At Gotham Knights. Go check out the trailer. I'm probably gonna drop one soon, maybe later. I'll probably drop one on there and give my take on the Gotham Knights. You can become a knight and you got co-op, baby. Something that the Avengers should have been. Avengers should have been everything that Gotham Knights is, man. Everything. The missions, just the storyline, co-op, man, you should have been able to play the game. I don't know if you can play Avengers with co-op or not. I'm not sure. I don't think you can. I think it's a single player, but the way this game, the mechanics are, they should upgrade Avengers like this, or bring a new Avengers out and make it exactly like Gotham Knights, but with the Avengers characters, and add Spider-Man. Stop locking him down to a plastic box, or at least release him on PC version. But yeah, go ahead and pretty much pre-order that Gotham Knights. And I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And if you would like to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem or the Xbox ecosystem, just click the link down in the description below for PC only. Thank you and peace. Love you guys.